Hey y'all, it's your girl Chef Kyra, and welcome back to another episode of New York Eats. Welcome to my food channel where we talk about everything nice, sugar and spice, baby. So for this episode, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a classic turkey and brie sandwich. Our spread is gonna be some fig jam, so stay tuned for the following ingredients on how to make this recipe, and we're gonna put it with a side of fries and a nice arugula salad. So stay tuned, y'all, because it's gonna be good. All right, let's get started. Alright y'all, so for this recipe I'm going to be using my Instapot. And so what you want to do is you want to put it on the setting for saute so that you can get your pan ready nice and hot. Now if you would like to intensify the flavors of the dish, you are more than welcome to season your turkey and let it marinate and sit for about an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. And then if you really want to season it up and make it look good, then I would say to go for about overnight, you know, let it marinate overnight. So I have some turkey in a bowl. I have a little bit of oil. That's just my rule of thumb. That's how I do a lot of my proteins. I always put oil. It's just a thing, and it always just seems to kind of like help everything come out better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with seasoning, and we're just gonna hit it with some salt. So about that much salt will be good. Now we're gonna hit it with some black pepper. And like I said, you guys can season to taste, or season how you like to. I mean, I know some people have, you know, dietary restrictions, or, you know, may have issues with their blood pressure. So we are just going in with some of the seasonings that we showed earlier. And you guys will learn that, like, I'm the type of person, I don't like to measure things out. I kind of just season, you know, with my eyes, kind of. I don't really like to measure things out because it's just, I don't know, like, I've never been that way as a chef. So the only thing that you guys are gonna really measure, or that I am measuring kind of, is the brown sugar. So you want to do about 2 tablespoons, maybe a third one, just in case. Right. Then you want to add a little rosemary. Now for this part, I like to just put this in my hand and kind of crush it up even more, and this is just going to release more flavor. So about that much. You don't want too much rosemary because it can be very strong, but it is a great seasoning for turkey. Alright, and then lastly we're gonna add in our garlic, because who don't love garlic? It's about tablespoon as well, maybe a little bit more. And now it's time to massage the meat, y'all. So I like to make sure I get in all the crevices, make sure all parts of the meat is covered. Now with this being turkey thighs and them not being too big, I'm gonna shoot for about 20 minutes for the poultry setting. But before we go into that poultry setting, we're gonna sear the meat, and then we're gonna put it onto the poultry setting. So this is what you want your turkey to look like, nice and covered, seasoned well. Work into those grooves, and like I said, if you wanted to, you can let this marinate for about an hour to 2 hours, or you can let it marinate overnight and just massage it real nice and good. We're just gonna place our turkey thighs inside. You want to get that nice sear. Now if you don't have an Instapot or one of these multi-cooking purpose pots, then you can always just use like a cast iron or what is the name of those pots? I can't think of it, but any pot or pan that is oven safe, because you're gonna add some liquid to this as well. The rest of the seasoning that was left inside the bowl, you want to get that out and get that in here, because girl, ain't nobody trying to ain't nobody trying to miss out on the flavor. Okay, so you can use water or either a vegetable stock or chicken stock. Video, I'm going to be using some broth, and you want to just pour enough liquid in, maybe about like a cup of liquid into your container or bowl that you use to season the turkey in. And so as the turkey is searing, then you just want to kind of scrape around the bowl, get all of that excess seasoning down into the vegetable stock or water, because once your turkey is seared, you're gonna add this into the pot. Alright everyone, so with my apple rinsed and the sticker removed, you want to get a nice small cutting board or a chef knife or any knife that you're comfortable with, and you want to come down, you want to cut the apple in half. So this is what your the halves of your apples should look like. And now you want to cut your halves in half. And then you have two other halves like this. Now to core the apple, you want to have your knife at an angle, and you're going to come down and slice. You're doing this part to core the apple. Now you have a cored apple, and then here's your core. And what you can do is, now what you're going to do is slice thin slices of apple. It don't have to be super thin, because you want to get a good bite of the apple, but this is about the width that you're looking for. And now you just want to repeat this step with the remainder of the apple. So I was able to get some delicious Brie cheese from a supermarket by the name of Market 32, and child, let me tell you, I love me some Brie cheese. This is typically how Brie cheese comes in, this packaging, and a nice like white casing around it. Okay, so you want to pull your cheese out, sit it down on your cutting board, and we're just going to slice medium to thick slices of cheese to add on to our sandwich. So depending on how much cheese you want, You slice however many pieces, you know, for each sandwich that you're going to be making. And Brie cheese, I don't know, I can tell you that it's very creamy with removing it. And then to store your Brie cheese, you just want to put it back in its wrapping and just wrap it nice and tight, just like that. Put it back into its container and top it off with the lid. Stay about on a medium heat, and we're gonna add some butter. And just a small pat of butter, just like this, nothing too big. And then we're just gonna add a sprinkle of some brown sugar. Enhance the flavor. You're just gonna add just a small pinch of salt while your butter and sugar is heating up. So you want about this much salt, and you're just gonna add that in. So now that our sugar and salt has been broken down a bit and our butter and stuff is heating up, this would be the time that you'd want to start adding your apple slices. You'll hear that nice sizzle and sear, and that's what we're looking for. A little extra flavor. So now is about the time that you want to start flipping them over. You can use your fingers to help guide the apples to flipping over. And they should have a nice, like, light tan kind of a color. Alright, y'all. So now our turkey is cooked and is done. And look at that. That looks great. So now with the remaining liquid that you have inside your Instapot or pan, you can either let that simmer and let it reduce and thicken. But for today's purposes, to speed up the video, we're gonna add some cornstarch, which is a thickening agent. You don't want to add too much because it's not that much liquid, so about that much cornstarch. Alright, y'all, so now that we have our turkey nice and shredded, what we're gonna do is take this thickened liquid that we cooked the turkey in, and we're gonna add it back into the turkey. One, what this does is give the turkey its moisture back, and also it helps to increase the flavor. Start getting your pan heated up, because it's only gonna take like 5.2 seconds to get this sandwich situated. And your oil should be on about medium-high heat. So the first thing that we're gonna want to do is get some of our thick jam. So for me, I'm the type of person, y'all, I love sauce, okay? So I like to put on a lot of jam. Jam, oh jam. Right, so we're gonna put a good layer of jam. You know, don't be cheap with the sauce, don't be cheap. Alright, y'all, so now we have, so what we have going on here is our jam, then we put our apples, and then we're gonna layer it with cheese. This is the remainder of our cheese. Now we're just gonna take some of the turkey, put a nice hefty amount of turkey. We're gonna flip this over as fast and as easy as we can. We're gonna take some butter, we're gonna add it into our pan, get that going. And we're also gonna take some mayo. Now you can either use mayo or butter, or you can use both. And then as the mayo side is down, then we are going to mayo the other side that didn't have any. I like the fish cook down until it warms up. and also until it has that nice golden crust and crunchy crust.